Welcome to UT Physicians EHR training video. Dragon is a speech recognition software. Dictated words appear in a floating tooltip as they are spoken. Dragon transcribes the words into an active window at the location of the cursor. This picture displays the PowerMic 3 with a description of each button. Microphone placement is very important with Dragon. Holding the microphone 1 to 3 inches away from the corner of your mouth, not directly in front of your mouth, will give you the best audio. This is the dictate button. The microphone is on while you're holding the button, but turns off when you release the button. The touchpad will function as a mouse, and the left and right buttons are left and right mouse clicks. The back of the microphone has a trigger, which also functions as a left mouse click. The speaker can be set as your audio output. When I cover options, I will demo how to set up the microphone. Logging into Dragon. 1. Insert the microphone into the computer. 2. Double-click the Dragon Medical One icon on your desktop. 3. Enter your network username and password. 4. Select the microphone from the drop-down. 5. Select your language. And 6. Select your specialty. Enter your username and password and then click OK. From the microphone drop-down, select the microphone that you inserted into the computer. The language is defaulted to English. From the specialty drop-down, choose a vocabulary based on your specialty. If your specialty isn't listed, select General Medicine. General Medicine will still have your whole vocabulary. Once you click OK, you'll be logged in. The Dragon bar consists of the following: a microphone icon, a volume bar, your username is listed, a hide button, and a menu button, which is the flame. To start dictating, click the dictate button on the microphone. Make sure the microphone icon is green before you start dictating and stays green throughout your dictation. This is your username. It's important to only use Dragon with your login, as it learns your voice. The volume bar. This will move as you dictate and can be one of 3 colors: yellow, green, or orange. Ideally, we want this to be green. The hide button allows you to minimize the Dragon bar. You can reopen it from the taskbar. You can access the Dragon menu by clicking the flame. The menu is broken into 4 sections: Log Off, User, Technical, and Help. To access the menu, click the flame on the Dragon bar. The Log Off section. Log Off is temporary. You'll use this when you're going to walk away to see a patient and return. When you click Log Off, you will get another window where you can click Exit. Exit is when you leave for the day. The User section. This is what you'll use most as a Dragon user. Options. This allows you to configure buttons on the microphone. This is also where you'll manage your auto text, step-by-step commands, and vocabulary. Next is the technical section. You have a show hide dictation box. The dictation box is like a sticky note or notepad. You can dictate small notes here and transfer them to the chart later. Show most recent message. As we dictate, Dragon will give us feedback in a bubble on the Dragon bar. If we want to see our most recent message, we click here. And Show Log File. This is a technical log file. The last section is the Help section. The Help section is like a user manual for Dragon. In case you can't immediately receive Dragon support, this is a good resource. What you can say. This is a list of all the verbal commands that you can use with Dragon. Options is where you can set preferences for Dragon. Click the flame on the Dragon bar to access the menu, and then select Options. We're not going to make any changes to the General section. From the Dictation box section, under General, click the checkbox next to Keep Text on the Clipboard after transferring. This is also where you can change text appearance for the Dictation box. This is for the Dictation box only. You can change the font type and font size. Next, you have the Hotkeys section, and this allows you to specify what hotkey you want to use for each of the items listed. The last section is the microphone buttons. We'll just make one change here, and that's for the check mark button. From the drop-down, we'll select Accept Defaults. Click Apply All at the bottom of the screen, and then click Close. Dictation. Remember, you want to hold the microphone appropriately, about 1 to 3 inches away from the corner of your mouth. Press and hold the Dictate button on the microphone, and when dictating, be sure to say your punctuation. I will dictate a script into the dictation box. I can say Show Dictation Box, or I can click the Show Hide Dictation button on the microphone. This 75-year-old female states she has had chest pain intermittently for the past few weeks, period. There have been more frequent episodes over the past few days, period. This chest pain is associated with diaphoresis and she has a history of COPD, period. There is not shortness of breath, comma, but the patient states she loses her breath when she bends forward, period. This morning the patient developed pain across her chest with throat tightness while holding her grandchild, period. Her family insisted that she come to the ED, period. She denies nausea, comma, vomiting, comma, dizziness, comma, or palpitations, period. After dictating the script, you can insert a new line or new paragraph by saying new line or new paragraph. Let's say new paragraph. New paragraph. Scratch that is a command that will delete the last thing dictated, going back to the last time you paused. I will say this is a test and then scratch that. This is a test. Scratch that. I'm going to say the same thing, but this time I'm going to put a pause in the middle. This is a test. Scratch that. As you can see, Dragon only deletes back to the most recent pause. Editing text. Many providers prefer to dictate a whole note and make edits afterwards. There are 3 main ways to edit text. 1, inserting additional text. 2, changing existing text. And 3, deleting text. Correcting text with Dragon is a lot like correcting with a keyboard. Inserting additional text. To insert the word Hispanic before the word female in our note, we have to insert the cursor before the word female, and female. You can insert the cursor anywhere in the text by saying insert before, and then the word. Let's say insert before female, pause, and then say Hispanic. To return the cursor to the bottom, we can say go to bottom. Insert before female, Hispanic. Go to bottom. Changing text. To change text, you must first select the text by saying select, and then the text. In our case, we'll select Hispanic. With the text selected, we can use commands to change formatting of the text or change the text entirely by dictating over it. In our case, I will dictate over the text by saying African American. You can also select whole phrases like select past few weeks or larger blocks of text by using the term through, like select this morning through weeks. To return the cursor to the bottom, we can say go to bottom. Select Hispanic, African American. Select this morning, yesterday. Go to bottom. To delete text, we simply select any text we want to delete and say delete that. Select nausea, delete that. There are many other commands to learn in Dragon, but focusing on the basics will help you become more comfortable with dictation before you learn additional commands. The quick reference guide with the training will include some of the additional commands. This is a list of commands that you can use while dictating. Auto formatting. When dictating, Dragon will automatically format some things, such as dates and temperatures. I will dictate a few auto formatting examples. What you can say in Dragon can be found in the Help menu under Speech Recognition Help. The phone number is 321-555-1212, new line. The patient's date of birth is 11/3/1953, new line. The patient's date of birth is November 11, 2014, new line. Patient has a fever of 99 degrees Fahrenheit, new line. Blood pressure is 160/98. Auto text allow us to create custom templates that we can call in by voice. Click the flame on the Dragon bar to access the menu, and then select Manage Auto Text. This is where you can see a list of all the auto text you have. To add a new auto text, click the plus sign on the lower left. I will create two auto text, one for med risk and the other for a knee template. Enter the name of the auto text in the name field. I'll use insert med risk. Whatever you enter in the name field will be entered in the spoken form field. You can edit this. The description field is optional. You can type or dictate in the content field. I will dictate. If finished, click Apply All. If you want to create another auto text, click the plus sign. I will create the auto text for knee template. This will be an auto text with variables. This means you can move through fields given the commands Next and Previous field, or you can use the Next and Previous buttons on the microphone. I will name this auto text Insert Knee Template. Remember, the description field is optional. I will dictate the auto text into the content field. Now I will use brackets to identify my variable fields. You will see how this works later in the demo. I'm finished creating my auto text, so I will click Apply All on the bottom right and then click Close to close the Manage Auto Text window. Step-by-step commands allow us to create custom commands. If you use Allscripts macros, this can be very beneficial to you, as you can use macros with Dragon commands to call upon chart-specific information. Click the flame on the Dragon bar to access the menu, and then select Manage Step-by-Step Commands. This is where you can see a list of all of the step-by-step commands you have. To add a new command, click the plus sign on the lower left. I will create a step-by-step command for my .ros macro I have in Allscripts. Enter the name of the command in the name field. Whatever you enter in the name field will populate in the spoken form field. You can edit this. The description field is optional. Next, you will create the steps for the command. Click New Step. For our first step, we'll select Enter Text. This allows us to type our macro name. We used .ros in Allscripts, so that's what we'll enter in the text field. Remember to include the period. Click New Step again and select Wait. This is the amount of time it takes for the macro to display in Allscripts once you say ROX macro. The time is in milliseconds. I will enter 500 for half a second. We'll click New Step one more time, and this time we'll select Press Hotkey. This is where you would enter the keyboard key you use. In Allscripts, you press Enter on the keyboard to insert the macro, so I will press Enter. If you want to create another command, click the plus sign. When finished, click Apply All, and then click Close to close the Manage Step-by-Step Commands window. Using Dragon in Allscripts. Now let's try using the Insert MedRisk and Insert Need template auto text that you created, and then use the step-by-step command you created using the Allscripts ROS macro. Remember, you can use Dragon in any free text area. If you have any additional questions, please contact your Allscripts system analyst.